So let's do 2/3 plus 1/12. Now the 2/3 could be done with a single pattern block as a whole, but to do the 1/12, since that's the smallest piece I have there, I'm gonna have to use 2 of these for a whole. Just gonna make a note here. 2 hexagons is 1. So then this right here could be my 1/12. Now the 2/3 is a fun one to make. And one of these is 1/3 of a single hexagon, so 2 of them would be 2/3. And I'm going to draw this a little bit different to just kind of re-emphasize that. Copy of that and slide it here. Stick this one underneath, rotated like that. So whenever I have the 2 hexagons together, I like this orientation because this double blue shape up here or this double yellow shape right here, that shape right there is called a chevron. Now it happens to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shape if you trace around the outside. So it's also a kind of hexagon. And next quarter we'll learn about hexagons that look like that one. It's called a concave hexagon. And the regular yellow one is a convex hexagon. So anyway, I can see 1, 2, 3 of that shape make up a whole. 3 chevrons, like the 2 blues, make up a whole. So this is a picture of 2/3. This is a picture of 1/12. I want to combine them, but since they're fractions, they have to be equal parts. So then what I have to do is remake the thirds as 12ths. So instead of 2/3, I want to rewrite that as 12ths. And I can see that the common piece I have to use is this triangle. So I just need to move a bunch of triangles in place of that. And I typically like to try and just duplicate them to make that happen. So I'm going to leave the original here. And duplicate. And oh, the duplication worked good this time. And then I'm going to put my green shapes in there. Need some upside down ones. Just duplicate 1, 2, 3 of those should do it. Is that true? I think so. So once I make them equal parts of a whole, I'm just going to add a note here. We have equal parts. Those equal parts I can see are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 12ths combined with 1/12 equals 9 12ths. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1 is 9. That looks right to me. A little bit. Now, I've counted them, but I haven't really finished my illustration. I should put them together. So I'm just going to reorganize those into a new whole and see what else I can do. And so I have my 1, 2, let's have some upside down ones to put in there. Oops. There we go. There's those 4. And I think I'll scoot these 4 up. So I'm just going to duplicate those. And if you hold down Shift and click on these, it will allow you to select a bunch. And I can duplicate them. So those 4, I'm just going to reposition up here. And then I need 1 more for that 9th one. I'm just going to reposition these. Now, the nice thing about that is when I see them repositioned there, I can now see, oh, once I put them together as tight as possible, I see that I can represent that because I can group them in threes. And so another way to talk about this answer, we should say it's also equal to 3/4. Now, I mentioned this before. If you think about thirds as a denominator and twelfths as a denominator, the lowest common multiple of 3 and 12 is 12. There is no smaller denominator you can use. Sometimes, even though you have the smallest possible denominator, to combine them, you still have to reduce anyway sometimes, right? So just something to keep in mind. LCD method is excellent. These toys lead to the lowest common denominator method, and you still had to reduce, which is okay. That's life.